Hey, everybody.
Welcome, foolish
Welcome
mortals.
in. How's everybody doing this week?
It's great to see everybody in the chat.
Yeah. 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 So, in case you haven't noticed, we'll continue to give it another few seconds. Hopefully, the notification goes out quickly. But we have some special guests here with us tonight, and we are glad to welcome T Squared.
Welcome, Tina. Welcome, Tina.
Thank you.
I think it is so cool that you guys got together, to teamed up to do a show, and we're going to talk all about that. We're excited to have you. William, was there anything else that you let you finish your thought? We're going to do a little bit of this day in Disney history.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome in everybody. And if you're watching on the replay, we love our team replay. Thanks guys for being here. If you watch us on the replay, leave a comment and let us know. We appreciate it so much. Or if you're ghost watching, a lot of people and there goes my nose itching, guys. It happens every time. Sorry. But if you're ghost watching, we just appreciate you so much and we know a lot of you do that. You don't chat, but you're here, and we so appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Just quickly, guys, I'm going to run through a little bit of this day in Disney history. We just enjoy the history of Disney and going through some things that happened on this date in the different years. 1743. And I realize that's way before Disney, but Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president and author of the Declaration of Independence, is born in Albemarle County, Virginia. Major events during his presidency included the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark expedition, the Liberty Tree Tavern in Disney World, located in Liberty Square, has a room dedicated to President Jefferson. If you've ever been there, you know about that. The animatronic, of course, of Jefferson appears in the American Adventure at Epcot, and a cartoon Jefferson briefly appears in a scene from the 1953 short Ben and Me, which I've never seen, but I'm going to check that out. Touchstone's 1995 semi-fictional historical drama Jefferson in Paris starred Nick Nolte as Jefferson. I had no idea. When he was the ambassador of the United States to France. Visit Jefferson and all of the U.S. chief executives at Disney World's Hall of Presidents. So I just thought that was just a cool mention there. Love Liberty Square, and I love the Hall of Presidents. I don't care what your politics are. The Hall of Presidents is just a fantastic display of every one of our presidents and all the presidents in American history. It's also an amazing display of Disney animatronics, and where else are you going to find it? Nowhere else in the world can you find that. 1965, Walt Disney, his brother Roy, and other Disney executives visit the Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama. Now this is something I didn't know, and Werner von Braun's name has come up like the last 3 weeks. Walt Disney has become friendly with Werner von Braun, the director of the center and technical advisor on 3 space-related television films that Disney produced in the 50s. Werner will go on to help NASA land men on the moon. Werner von Braun was German, and he defected to the United States and was totally brilliant, very instrumental in putting a man on the moon and a lot of the aspects of our space program. On the front page of the Huntsville Times is the headline, Walt Disney makes pledge to aid space. Walt is quoted as saying, quote, "If I can help through my TV shows to wake people up to the fact we've got to keep exploring, I'll do it," end quote. Von Braun's daily journal entry for this day indicates his hope that Walt's visit, quote, "may easily result in a Disney picture about manned spaceflight," of course, which it did. Walt's visit. So cool. I love that. I love that connection. Our space program was just the embodiment, I think, of Walt's pioneering, adventurous spirit. And so it doesn't surprise me that he was so closely supportive of that. Just quickly, a couple more. 2015, the Boathouse Great food, waterfront dining, dream boats located at downtown Disney and Walt Disney World Resort officially opened its doors. So that's cool. And
I've never
2018,
eaten there. I need to try it.
you need to try it. I've eaten there a couple of times, William. I think the one time that we ate there with some of my family that had come in, you guys stayed in the parks, and of course they totally understood wanting to sacrifice park time. 2018, the Paint the Night Parade officially debuted at Disney California Adventure after a soft opening. It was a spiritual successor to the long-running Main Street Electrical Parade. And I would love to see Paint the Night. Have either of you ever seen Paint the Night?
No, I haven't. And okay, I take that. I've only seen it on streams. And
I was about to say, I think I've only seen it on Monarch Moments channel.
Yes, several times, and we appreciate you guys, Garrett, for showing Paint the Night. And I would love to see some more footage. Paint the Night looks incredible. So that's just.
I'm so jealous that we don't have any nighttime parade at Walt Disney.
I know. I miss it. Yeah, I miss the nighttime parades. Spectral Magic was the last one I think we had, and I loved Spectral Magic.
I remember I went to see that the last year. It was we were down in Florida, and we were there with a group of people, and nobody else got into parades like I did. So I went into Magic Kingdom alone. I said, I don't care whether anybody else wants to see it or not. I'm seeing this parade because I don't know how much longer it's going to be around.
Love it. Great decision.
Yeah. Well, and I would have too. I totally would have done that, Tina. The nighttime parades. I remember the first time I was ever at a Disney park, and I don't think I was any younger than this when I was there. Or the first time I was at Disneyland. Of course, the Main Street Electrical Parade was still running. And I vividly remember where we were standing on Main Street USA to watch that parade. And it was so happy that I just stood there and cried. I was probably, at the time, I was probably 10, 12, something like that. And it was just, you know how great that parade is, guys. And I generally cried through Spectral Magic. They're just so magical and so happy. So that's one thing I'd love to see them bring back for the 50th, right?
Yeah, one of them. I don't think I can't remember which one of them, but one of them, all the floats have been dismantled and stuff. But the other one, all the floats are still out there somewhere. I don't know whether they may be in Paris or Shanghai, but they're somewhere. And but I don't think it's fair. Why can't we get paint the night? I mean,
exactly.
Right.
It's our turn.
Yeah. Well, the Main Street. It was my understanding. Let me get this straight. It was my understanding the last time we saw Spectral Magic and we heard that it was no longer going to run at Walt Disney World, that they were actually shipping it overseas. I believe, I want to say to Shanghai. Am I remembering right, William?
I think so too.
I think they said they were.
Mike Wheeler says Spectral Magic, it was left out in the weather and everything rotted.
Lovely.
Per Mike Wheeler. Awesome.
So, and Mike's right. I mean,
I know. Oh my gosh. Well, okay. Boy, on to something, onto a more happy topic, because that's really depressing.
Yeah. Mike, you made me pout again today. Twice in one day.
Oh, sometimes, buddy, you just know too much. Tina Marie. I've got to call you Tina Marie tonight because we have two Tinas. Have you ever seen a nighttime parade?
Not in person, no. No, but the electrical. Wait, no, actually, when I was a kid, the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
see,
and that's my favorite. So
neat.
Yeah.
It was a classic, and I was so hoping when they ran it real temporarily at Disneyland. I was so hoping that they would then send it to Disney World and it would run. And had they done it, if William and I had to walk from Texas to Orlando to see it, we would have done it. So
Yeah.
yeah, because it was so cool. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about you guys. We are so excited to have you here. Tina Marie's Place is for those of you who don't know, who may not know, Tina Marie, who has the wonderful Haunted Mansion ribbon in her hair tonight. We appreciate that shout out.
Yeah,
Tina Marie.
fitting in.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Your channel is really growing. You've got to be really excited. You have 421 subs, 13.3 thousand views, 142 videos up on your channel, and I love your banner. Only a moment to catch that feeling. And of course, that goes. We know that goes along with your photography. Check out Tina's website as well, Tina Marie Photography. You want to tell us a little bit about that and why did you start your Disney channel? What brought you to YouTube?
So what brought me to YouTube was one night I had the flu in 2019, and my husband popped on a Resort TV 1 stream, and the next week I went back and chatted and kept going back ever since, and just I missed the magic and just wanted that back again, because we hadn't, we had been a little distant from Disney's, having kids and everything, and life gets stressful, and started chatting with everybody in the Resort TV 1 chats, and got to know Myers and the Mouse and some of the other channels that were out there, the Biddy Doodad and the Diz and That guys, and Walter Graham's Dougie, and it was a Mama Myers and the Mouse craft and chat stream, and she I mentioned that I make greeting cards, and she invited me on the stream.
Cool.
And at one time, and I kind of just got bit by the live stream bug, and I just really enjoyed hanging out with people and having that community. And I had missed that because there were pieces of things that were going on in my own life with broken community, not with my family, but with other things. And it was just kind of something that I needed. And so one day, Steve from Steve's World did a stream, and he said, he was given advice, and he said, if you want to start a channel, just start a channel, just do it. And I was like, okay, because I had been struggling with what kind of content would I have. And at the time, my name was Tina Marie Photography.
Right.
And and so I just dove in head first, and I thought, of the concept, well, maybe if I gear all of my content towards, like, maybe take photos of everything that I talk about or something like that. I don't know. But then it was like, no, I need something a little more generic, and I wanted something more Disney, and I wanted, because I like Harry Potter and other things as well. And so I was like, you know what? Let's just do Tina Marie's Place. And after bouncing around a bunch of names, finally landed on that one. And
which I love, by the way.
It's a great name.
Reference to Tiana's Place. Is that what that
exactly? That's exactly what I was going for. And I had Russ from What in the World with Russ make me a logo. And I was searching online. I wanted something like a tabernacle, or like a tavern type feel. Because in like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, and you have like that tavern feel.
Yeah,
it was always that cozy and warmth and community based type of feel that it would always give me. And I thought, well, let's have this feel. And I found that sign, and Russ changed things around a little bit, and I wanted it to be a little bit of a play on Tiana's Place,
which I totally love.
And thank you. I just went from there, and that's where I went. And that tagline that's actually on my banner, I do have to give a shout out. Only a moment to catch that feeling is not an original creation of mine. It's actually a quote from a song lyric by a Boston a cappella band named Ball in the House.
Okay.
And the song's name is Picture, and that's one of the lyrics, only a moment to catch that feeling. And I messaged one of the guys because I go way back with them. And I said, do you guys mind if I borrow that lyric from my photography business? And they were like, go for it. And I was like,
oh, how sweet.
Awesome.
So that's
well, it fits perfectly. Yeah. Because with photography, I've always loved photography. I'm the picture taker. William has taken up that mantle some in our family too, but I've always been the picture taker in our family from the time the kids were little. And you know, pictures are little moments in time that are frozen, and you do only have a moment to catch an emotion, you know. And you guys look at check out Tina's website for some examples of her wonderful work. Now I spotted, and we've lost Tina. We've lost Auntie Tina for just a minute.
We've got Roz.
There we go. Always watching. That's kind of Tina's tagline. Is always watching. I love Roz. Oh gosh, you just can't even look at her without laughing. But I noticed on your Instagram page, Tina, this morning you had posted some pictures of Auntie Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take those?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So that is so cool. So y'all also check out Tamaray's Instagram. If one of our mods, one of our ghost hosts could drop those links for me, I'd really appreciate it too. Tamaray's Instagram.
Mind if we welcome some people into the chat real quick? Oh, Tina says she's letting a dog out. When they gotta go, they gotta go.
And you know, yeah, there we go. There's that's it's fun.
Welcome in to BDF, Keith. Always great to see you. Mom was a guest on BDF stream on Sunday. If you want to go check that out on his YouTube channel. Great to have you here tonight, Keith. Welcome in to Daniel.
Hey, Captain
Disinfinity. Daniel said earlier, as we were watching the chat while everybody's been talking, Daniel said today was his first time seeing Galaxy's Edge, and that is an incredible experience. So I'm so glad you got to do that today. I hope the force was with you, and I hope you had a blast today.
That is so great. Kevin Sparrow.
Great to see you, Daniel. Yeah. Welcome into Monarch Moments. Mike Wheeler, Adventures by D, Danielle at Mickey's Girls, Catherine Wilby, Captain Akron, Elena K808, Paul Vines. I think that's a fresh face. Glad to have you here tonight, Paul. Thank you for being here with us. Amy of AJC Magic TV, Sam.
Hey, Amy.
Chris, Dad Builds, Liam
Leanne.
The Disney Trash Can. The Disney Baker joined us briefly. Thanks for hopping in.
Excuse me. I would just like to say I still think the Disney Trash Can has one of the best stream names, or one of the best screen names in the community. I love it. Guys. It makes me smile to see you guys come in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So great.
So let's see. Katrina, also, welcome into Katrina and
welcome.
Kelly, the Mickey's Bunch, Jonathan Chong, and Dean Paul the Happy, Kevin Sparrow, and Bloomin' Cheesa. Thank y'all for being here with us tonight.
Adventures by D. If we missed anybody, I'm so sorry. We got Katrina. It's so great to see everybody. Okay, so so your YouTube channel, Tina, has your story is really similar to ours. You know, I think a lot of us were kind of inspired by Resort TV 1, and we still love them and follow them. And I also relate to what you were saying about it kind of their streams and watching their streams kind of helping you get through some rough patches in your life, things were not going well, you needed a reason to smile, and Disney makes us smile. So I definitely relate to that. Okay, Tina is back.
Should be good for a while.
She hurried back.
Good deal.
Yes, I hurried back.
Well, your timing is good because I have a couple of questions for you. Now, this is interesting because obviously Tina Marie has a YouTube channel. You do not, Tina. Tina is one of our great ghost hosts. You have seen her in the chat. She is one of our fantastic mods in our Disney community, and we love you. We couldn't do what we did without you. We depend on you. And you're just golly, you're always watching. The whole Roz thing, always watching. When I see a comment on one of our videos, always watching, it just makes my day. It really does.
Yeah.
When you comment that on a lot of our videos, and I know a lot of the other creators in the stream, feel the same way. It means a lot to us. So what brought you to this side of the camera, Tina?
She did.
How? How?
Well, okay. Trying to make a long story shorter, I have been watching for years. I was watching Resort TV 1 way back before they had probably 20,000 subscribers. I used to watch the Trackers. I watched Justin Scart, all the rest. Everybody else watched them too. And the thing I loved about Resort TV 1 was the interaction, the constant interaction that, and he knows it too. I mean, he enjoys it, and I've talked to Josh several times. I've met him a couple of times, and that kind of really drew me in. But I've never been one that wanted to be in front of a camera. Okay, I never had any great urge to start my own channel, and I still don't. But by the same token, I kind of, the DCS means Disney Community Support. And
is that okay? See, I didn't know that, Tina.
Yeah, and this is the community that, I mean, I've gotten probably weirdly close to this community. And
it is kind of strange, isn't it? We've talked about
I mean, I really care about the people that I watch on that little screen. And like, I've never cared about any television actors or movie actors or anything else like this, because I know that you guys are real people. And so yeah, I mean, I was on, let's see, I was also on one of Mama Mouse's streams one time, very briefly. And I was on Megan's with Nicole's shower. And, so I was, kind of, I was there. I've been
well,
there.
you were on our when we celebrated. You're on YouTube and loved it.
But
yeah.
Most of the time, it's always been like, okay, I'm just kind of here to kind of help out, or to kind of like keep it going and things like that. And so Tina said, how'd you like to start a show? And I'm like, okay, but it's your channel. It's always going to be your channel. Tina, how many times have I said to you, well, okay, we'll do it because it's your channel? And you're like, well, yeah, but it's our show. And I'm like, but it's your channel. How many times have I said that? At least once a week?
Many discussions.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
real quick welcome into Jane Ann Travels, Michelle the Quilter, Stacy Rogers, and we have another Tina accepted the chat, Princess Tina Bell.
Yes.
Hey, Princess Tina Bell.
I don't know. When I was growing up, it was not a popular name. In fact, Tina, by the way, interesting fact, Tina is not actually my given name.
Oh, okay.
Anita is my given name. I was actually, but I was also Tina as a nickname from birth.
Really?
When I went to school, I didn't know my real name.
So, really?
Yeah. No, I didn't. I was called Tina right from my first memories. I was always Tina.
Wow.
Oh, thanks, Kevin. We sure appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome into Blue Nose. Thanks for being here.
Chris. Hey, buddy. Blue hearts in the chat for Blue Nose.
Missed you so much, Chris. I'm so glad to see you.
It's great to see you in the chat, bud. Hope you're doing okay. Go ahead, Tina.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to see Chris too. So anyway, I'm happy to see everybody in chat. And you know what? I'll tell you something. I thank Stacy probably on a daily basis, although she doesn't hear me or anything. But so many times, I am so glad Stacy pointed your channel out to me. I am too. Back to the T2 story. So, so she, I don't know, messaged me or something like that. First of all, we met because she only lives, maybe 30 minutes away from me?
Oh, wow.
20, I think. 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was going to say, I've seen you refer to each other as neighbor before. So I was wondering how close y'all were together.
And also another fun fact, I actually went to college in the town where she lives.
Oh, okay.
She was born, but I went to college in the town that she lives. And and we've also talked about how, she says, oh, you're not that old. We established that I am in fact that old. I'm old enough to be her mother. So, that's why I like saying, everybody, I'm Auntie Tina, because in this community, I feel like I don't have any of my own kids, but I feel like I've got a lot of nieces and nephews.
I love that.
Guys, Tina, my niece, and everything. So I just, I've come to love this community a lot.
Well, we love you too, Tina. And I'll just tell you, I was really excited for your first, I was very honored, by the way, your first show for T-Squared adult trip versus Disney trip with kids. I actually guested on that and really enjoyed it. And I don't think we finished the topic, so we're going to have to do a part 2 on that particular.
We have some plans on that. We'll just leave that. We'll just leave that little tease there. We have some plans on.
Well, I still have notes on that. I still have a lot of notes and things that we didn't even touch because there's so much there, anymore. William probably has some to put in there, as well on that. But you've done 2 shows. The other one is flying versus driving to Disney.
Yeah.
And so I feel like these topics. Well, the topics are really practical. I feel like you're gonna develop a good following pretty quick with this because the things that y'all are coming up with are things that are very searchable. When people go onto YouTube, these are the questions that they're asking. About going to Disney. Going to Disney is a huge thing. It takes a lot of planning. I like to say a
Walt Disney World trip is not for the faint of heart.
Well, is it okay? So you guys are the perfect people to ask this question to. I've thought about that. I've thought, okay, is that just because we are such Disney fanatics? Or is it just true? I mean, do we make it that big, or is it just because it's so special to us? Because there are people, that go into Disney and they kind of go in and they might go once every 10 years and they go and it's a park to them and they do the couple things and they go, oh, we got a mobile order and they, so I feel like people do Disney on a much lighter, in a much lighter way, if you're getting my meaning. So what are y'all's thoughts on that? What do you think?
Tina, I'll let you talk for a little while.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, well, Let me start with the fact the first time I ever entered Disney World, I was 35 years old.
Really?
I never went as a child.
Okay.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Even that first trip, I mean, so I wasn't a Disney file. I wasn't a Disney freak the first time I went.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, yay, a palm tree. You know, I mean, you know, but by the same token, the couple that my husband and I went with.
Good night, Keith.
Good night, Keith. The couple that my husband and I went with, they had gone for their honeymoon. And it was the year after they got, well, no, it was their second anniversary that they asked if we would like to join them. And I told my husband, I said, there's no way we can afford this. Because I'd heard Disney World was very expensive, and there's no way we can afford this. Right. And they said, well, okay, fine, but come with us to the travel agency, and you know, and then we'll go out to dinner after.
And talk about it, check it out, right? Makes sense. So, hey, Vipri.
Hey, welcome in, Vipri.
Thanks for being here, Ed and Mandy.
Downscale, thank you for being here.
Hey, Downscale, good to see you again.
So so we're sitting. My husband and I are sitting behind them, and Tina has met my husband. My husband he's just a big old bear. He and Tim Pruitt. I mean, you know, I like to, he's another Tim Pruitt, you know.
Well, we love Tim Pruitt,
right, Tina? Right? Yeah, he's just, you know, but he's very, very social. And I'm very shy. You know, it's probably one of the reasons why I'm not a person that likes to be in front of the camera. I tend to be very shy. He kind of draws me out, and I kind of hold him back a little bit. So it works out very well.
Right.
I've been married 33 years now.
Perfectly balanced is all things should be.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but anyway, so we're sitting behind them at the travel agency, and I forget what her name was, but we'll call her Linda. I think that's close. She said, okay, that'll be $1,044. And I said, excuse me? She says, I'm sorry. And I says, what did you tell them it was going to be? And of course, both of them whipped around in their chairs, and we're going to rent the car. So if you want to come, that'll be that much less expense for you. So you can come with us. And I'm like, I turned to my husband and I said, did you bring the credit card with you?
Oh, cool.
And my husband's like, what? I've done this like 3 or 4 times during our marriage.
All right. And that was
one of the first times. The second time was when I cut my hair. I used to have hair all the way down my back like Tina does. And then it was like, now it's like real short. And I walked in the door and he said, what the heck happened?
Right.
Well, he didn't say heck.
Yeah. So on occasion you get him. Yeah. And this is one of those times. Yeah. So was it okay? So did you ask her that? Did you ask her again because you thought, okay, that's pretty reasonable, or just
yes, I was expecting a lot more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Right.
I was expecting a lot more, and and so for the next 3 or 4 trips after that, every time they went, we tagged along and we went too. And very soon after that, we started staying in the deluxe resorts. And a few years after that, on our second trip where we went without them, we were there for, it was in 2012. We had been there once in May for our anniversary, and then we were there in December. And then there was the third time that I shocked my husband when I said, let's buy duty-free.
Right.
I'll do it.
So, but the point that I'm making is that no, I don't think it's just because we're Disney freaks and that's why it's not for the faint of heart. I think that we become Disney freaks, but we understand what goes into it. It used to be for several years. We didn't do it last year for obvious reasons, but friends and I have always gone to New York City. New York City is like 4 hours away, 5 hours away from us. All right. It's a quick trip. We used to go during the December on a trip to New York City, look at the light and everything else like this.
Yeah.
We used to have a
I love
plan.
New York City too, just for the record. I love New York City. And William went with us. That's a whole nother story, but William's been too, so we love it.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is you go to New York City, this is not something you just walk into New York City blind. You have to make plans. That's just for one day. I mean, we go for just one day. And we have a plan.
You need a plan. That's true.
Decide, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to see. This is where we're going to go. And, how long do you think this is going to take? So therefore, can we fit this in or anything else?
Right.
And I was like, wait a minute. I plan a New York City trip for one day. Why wouldn't I plan a Disney World trip for a week?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are like, I don't want to have to work that hard for a vacation.
Well, but really, yes, I think Disney takes some extra planning. I highly recommend Mickey Travels. William and I are Disney pros. We like to think we're Disney pros, and I guess we are, as all of us are. But I do recommend a travel agent because it just takes a lot of the stress out of it, and it makes it a little easier. And they can get, some dining reservations and things that you can't get because they got a little inside track with Disney. So I do recommend it. But
I was just going to say that if you don't want to do that planning, get a travel agency.
Absolutely. Doesn't cost any more. Doesn't cost any more to do it. They do all the work for you. They watch
I wish I had known about Mickey Travels back 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed and Mindy, I think you guys are Disney pros. I think you guys are Disney pros. But yeah, so I recommend that. But the days of walking up, I mean, I remember, e-tickets and ABCD e-tickets, and that's the first time I went into Disney, and how that's how they came. And when you went to a Disney World, the first few times Jeff and I went to Disney World when our eldest was like 8, I think, I was actually pregnant with William the first time we took Stephen to Disney World, our eldest son. And you could actually purchase, like if a person had used a portion of that ticket book, you could buy the rest of the ticket book and use the rest of the days, in the ticket book, which was pretty cool. Can't do that anymore, but it was cool, and it was a good way to do it a little more cheaply. But I see people, guys, every time we go in, and I know y'all are the same way, I see people walk up to the ticket booth in the park and buy tickets right there. And so, the thing is, the planning, the extra planning puts you so far ahead of so many people in the park. Yep. It really does.
Exactly.
And so that's one reason that we started our channel, was we wanted to kind of help people. William had people at work. I had people at work. They know that we're those crazy Disney people. And if they're, they come to us and say, hey, we're planning a trip to Disney. Can you help us? What do we do? So that's one. Yeah, exactly.
I saved somebody like over $300 one time because he had a travel agent, but the travel agent was not specific, like Mickey Travels. They weren't specific to Disney World. And I told him, I said, there's codes out right now. If you go to it, and you can actually get 25% off your room if you do it now, but you have to do it you got to do it quick because it's going to go away. And he looked at me like I was nuts because his travel agent hadn't said anything about it.
Right.
And I said,
I've had that experience too.
Call Disney now.
Yes.
And
I've had that experience too.
He came into work a couple of days later, and he told me, he said, thank you so much. He said, you saved us over $300.
Hey, wow. Meg. Hey, Meg.
Hi, Meg. Wait a minute. I feel so honored. She's at Disney World right now, and she's watching your show.
Meg, what are you doing?
I know. Same thing with Disney.
Same thing with Daniel. There. Yeah. Thanks for being here, guys. We really appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, I agree. We've had that same experience before. People who use a travel agent that's not, probably not as good as they should be, And I would say, well, have they told you this? Have they told you that? You know, and just try to. So that's a big part of the reason William and I started our channel. Tina, any thoughts on that one, Tina Marie? Do you remember what the question was?
Yeah, can you give me the question again? I'm sorry.
I told her, I warned her. I said, you need to shut me up because I'll talk and talk.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Welcome in, Walt and Melissa. Mouse Talk, thank you for being here.
Hey, Mouse Talk.
Great to see y'all.
I want to meet them too when I go down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. We definitely need to meet up with you guys. I haven't said anything to Walt and Melissa yet, but we definitely need to do that.
They're probably.
Have a good night, Rob Fuzz.
Oh no!
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Rob. Well, so this now is this then one of the main reasons that you guys started the show? Did you feel like there was some information that needed to be, because a lot of us talk about these topics, kind of haphazardly. We might touch on it in a stream here, touch on it in a stream there. Did you guys kind of feel like there needed to be a particular show that dealt with some of this?
No.
No.
The story behind us starting T Squared was a lot of people in the chats would either call us T Squared or the Tinas or something, and a lot of people would say, "You guys need a show,"
Right.
I would keep hearing it, and so I messaged Tina. I was like, "You want to start this up?" And she was like, "It's got to be on your channel," and I was like, "I know." So we literally, we
welcome in, LSU
met.
Mom.
What?
Oh, hey, Emily.
We met at Blaze
Thanks for
Pizza
being here.
up here where we live,
Nice.
and we pretended we were at Disney Springs. So
there you go. Good plan already.
We had a planning meeting. We planned out what our topics. She goes, one of the big things was that she said, I can talk Disney. I want to talk Disney. And I was like, let's do it. So as we were brainstorming with my 3 kids, completely rambunctious and completely hectic restaurant.
I love her kids. They're so cute. They're so cute.
Yeah.
She does too most days. Just like her.
Welcome in, Anna Isabel. Thank you for being here.
And so we just banged out we planned like about 5 weeks.
Yeah, of course, she's like, okay, well, what do you want to talk about? And I'm like, well, how about if we do this? And she's like, oh, that's good. And how about if we do that? And I, oh, that sounds good. And then, before we knew it, we had 4 or 5, five ideas. Right?
5 ideas. And it was great because it's every other week that we meet. And so our show's every other week. So we're not having to constantly always create content every week.
Right.
We have
a little time in between.
Exactly. And that was really the goal. And I'm all over the place. And, Saturday night is oftentimes family game night in our house. And so like if we did every night, it would might get hectic because the kids go to bed, 7 and 8. And I was like, let's do every other week. And it just, that's how it came to fruition.
It worked.
And Disney, it had to be Disney, because that's our common interest is Disney.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, with your first 2 shows, and again, I was very honored to be, to guest on your first show. But your first 2 are just, I highly recommend it, guys, if you haven't checked it out. A lot of great information, a lot of really practical stuff. And, the thing about it is, as many times as we've been to Disney, I'm always running across, people who, in live streams who throw out something that I didn't know, hadn't thought of, something to pack in my bag, just all kinds of stuff. So, there's always new information out there.
Exactly. And we have fun too. I mean, the banter. I mean, we have a lot of.
Oh yeah. So
real quick, in regards, so y'all are referred to as T Squared, and I've been waiting all night to say it. You could have gone with TNT.
Wow.
No. The reason why it started out was T squared was because somebody actually suggested that. I don't think anybody suggested TNT. Now, Will, had you been on the show where we were, happened to be taught and had suggested that may have been the name of the show.
I just missed out.
Could have been. Or say,
the ship already sailed.
Oh,
You're dynamite.
I think
I like it.
I think if Chris is still listening, Dad Builds, I think we need a new intro with that song in it, though.
That would be cute. That's pretty good. Hey, Captain Akron. Yeah. I think that would be great. Chris, I don't know if you're still. Dad Builds is still there.
He usually is. He's like me. He's always watching.
He's generally there. And Pete, if you're there, sometimes you're there too, watching in ghost mode. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You mentioned Chris, and he shows up. Yeah, looks like I'm going back to work for Tina again. Yeah. So. Awesm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chris. What are you doing in your spare time, buddy? Maybe we need to talk about some work for our channel.
Carlos might have something to say about that. From what I understand.
That's true. Unless Chris is under contract with Pete, I don't know. He may be under contract with Pete. So, but we could talk. We'll talk. Yeah. We'll talk. But anyway, is there just tell us a little bit about yourselves. Is there anything, your hobbies, just some, just so we can kind of get to know a little bit about you. Doesn't have to be anything, terribly deep. You're not on the hot seat.
Yeah. Have a good night, Princess Tina Bell. Paula, thank you for being here.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Chris says I'm a freelancer, LOL.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Chris, got it.
I guess to help provide some direction, how did your love of Disney begin? And whichever Tina wants to respond first, feel free.
First, Tina, because I've kind of pretty much started mine, so mine will be quick. I hope.
Okay, so my love for Disney started when I was a little girl, back in the late 80s, and
late 80s.
So
see what I mean?
I'm gonna try to keep it on a positive note because it is a positive thing. It was a positive in a dark time in my life. My mother was in an abusive relationship, and there was a lot of domestic violence going on in my house. And I had this Main Street Electrical Parade record that I would play on my mini Fisher-Price record player. I loved it, and I played it out. I would put the record on, and I would just stare at the cover and just, think of good things and, the time when I could actually move down there and just be in the magic. And it's been a dream ever since. And that's really where it all began for me. And it began with Peter Pan and Cinderella and Lady and the Tramp were my three favorite movies growing up, and Newsies. Not the musical, the original. Those are the 3, 4, and Mighty Ducks too. Okay, so there's 4. Awesome. 5. And so those were my go-to. I don't want to say escape movies, but like I said, a positive in a dark place.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's where
thanks for sharing that.
Taught me. But yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, Tina. That's and I Disney, I'll have to admit, Disney has really, in this channel, in this community, kind of pulled me out of some tough times too, really helped me get, through some, probably some of the toughest times that I had ever been through in my life. I was just really
through it.
Struggling.
We talked about you a little bit earlier. All good things.
Yes. Oh, yes. My fellow Appalachian, Tim Pruitt. I'm originally from Tennessee, so I'm Appalachian by birth, and so is Tim. So, But yeah, I mean, I think we, you know, a lot of us have that in common. You know, we found a resort to be one, or we found this, you know, this community, and just really, you know, made a connection. And I could not be more thankful for it. And you know, that's why Disney is more than a theme park. You know, a lot of people go to Disney, like I said, and it's just a theme park. You know, it's just a place to go on vacation, and that's fine. You know, I realize that, you know, people's experiences are different, but for us, you know, for William and me to meet all these people who are just as crazy as we are, you know, those crazy Disney people, it's really, it's just nice. You know, we think, well, maybe we're not as crazy as as the rest of our family thinks, you know. So yeah, but that's, Tina, that's that. You know, I'm glad it was there. I'm glad you had something, you know, to help you through it and pull you through it, and something that stuck with you and still gives you, you know, that you can pass on to your kids. And you know, that's Disney. Disney is positivity. Disney is hope. Disney is happy. Disney is an escape from reality, and it helps us to rejuvenate. And maybe, you know, hearing a song or watching a movie, you know, like Tina said, it helps our mood. It lightens our moods, and you can go on. It's so, and we all need encouragement. And Walt Disney was all about that. He created this whole world for us to enjoy, and it makes us happy. It gives us hope. You know, so yeah, it's more than just a theme park. It's a lot more than just a theme park.
Absolutely. What about you, Auntie Tina? How did your love of Disney begin?
Well, as we've mentioned several times during the course of the last hour, I'm a bit older than Tina, and I remember my first knowledge of Disney was watching The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights.
Yep.
And
Mom has mentioned that too.
Yeah, and I just loved watching that. He reminded me a little bit of my father, and my father left our house when I was 13. So you know, that was a little jarring for a 13-year-old girl, but I mean, I understood. I knew the reasoning. A little bit like Tina's situation. It was a little bit of abuse. There was no violence or anything. Well, not much anyway. But the thing is that every Sunday night I was allowed to watch TV for a little while, and I was allowed to watch Lawrence Welk and Wonderful World of Disney and Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, and that was my Sunday night. And so fast forward several years, and you know, like I said earlier, I got the unexpected opportunity to go to Disney World, and I was hooked. I was hooked on Disney, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is wonderful. And I went back to work after having been there, and people are like, what's so great about an amusement park? You know, I don't understand what's the big deal about the amusement park. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not just an amusement park and everything. And then I worked in a high stress job. I'm not going to get into it. I'm retired now. It's in the past. But I would literally not be able to sleep nights. I had terrible insomnia. And that's where the always watching came from.
Okay.
I would be watching those videos at night until I could finally fall asleep. And I may have only gotten 2 or 3 hours of sleep a night, and I'd be getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and doing it all over again. And
Tina, that's rough.
Person can only do that for so long.
Well, I did it for 35 years, but it got worse over the last probably 12 to 15 years. But the thing is, the point is that was about the time when I discovered, like I said, Tim Tracker, all of them. And then I discovered Resort TV 1, and I could just put that on play all, and there would be stream after stream after stream of walking through this Disney World park and then that Disney World park and then that one. And I got to know my way around the parks by watching videos.
Oh, there you go.
And I got to ride the rides by watching videos. And, before long, I was falling asleep a lot earlier, a lot quicker, because I was in my happy place. No more insomnia. And I think Josh got really frustrated with me because he made me a mod, and shortly thereafter I was falling asleep like an hour and a half after he started to stream.
That's funny.
I'm like, it's not my fault. You make me fall asleep.
Well, that's why we have Stacy.
Yes. And that's actually why she became a moderator, was because everybody else had fallen asleep.
I know.
He made her a moderator because she was
Stacy. Stacy is up, right? Exactly. Stacy is up, and that's if the stream ran, I mean, I've Josh has told me that before. He said, if sometimes our stream, ran really long, and Stacy was the only mod who was able to stay awake.
Yep.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm able to stay awake now, a lot later, because I don't have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, retirement has been wonderful. On so many levels.
For you.
I'm so glad.
For you. Yeah. But
I thank my guardian angel at least 3 times a day.
For getting you
through.
Good
night, Amy.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much, Amy, for popping
in.
Have a good night, dear.
I think so.
Yeah. Those West Coast. Yeah, get the West Coast crew going, and Stacy was the only one there to hold down the fort. And that's the West Coast crew is the first experience I had with Resort TV 1, because I was looking for Disneyland live streams, and so that's I found Britt and Crystal. But at any rate, we need to start wrapping it up, guys, and I feel like we've just scratched the surface. But Tina Marie and Tina, we really need to get to know each other better. I love you guys. I feel like, again, we've never met face to face, but we spent a lot of time together, and it's just
one day. One day.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We will make it happen. We're gonna be there at the same time, and maybe we need to plan a girls' trip to New York. When things when the world kind of comes, and William, I said girls' trip. That's not, you're not excluded from that.
Anyway, he's like, oh man. She's going without me again.
That's right. Oh, William loved New York. It's everybody should go to New York at least once. But
yeah, for sure.
At any rate, it has been a pleasure to have you guys here. I feel like we just scratched the surface. So we'll definitely want to have you back again and just talk. Just talk and we love the Tinas too, Yachty. We love the Tinas too. Okay, tell us, Tina, what you've got coming up on your channel.
So tomorrow, I have to remember what day it was. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock on my channel, we're going to be doing Wednesday Whateverness. We're going to talk our favorite song lyrics.
Okay.
And so I'm excited for that. And then tomorrow night, at 9:30, I will be on with Gonzo, The Adventures of Gonzo, and Chris from Addie Family Adventures for the Three Musketeers that we do. And we're going to be talking, I think it's our favorite Disney park music.
Oh, hey.
I like that.
I can get behind that one. Yeah.
And they sing. Now, on your show tomorrow, Tina, is there going to be any singing involved?
I can't guarantee that there won't be.
Especially
if Tracy, I can neither confirm nor deny, especially if Tracy Glenn joins me.
Okay. Well, all bets are off if Tracy Glenn's
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't promise it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
No
can't
doubt.
guarantee. I do know that much for sure. Oh man, yeah. Park music. I agree, Elena. Park music. That's a great topic because I am at, like I said, I'm at 7 days on my countdown. We're going to be in Magic Kingdom this time next Tuesday night, or next Tuesday. But I think when I walk into Epcot, guys, that great new entrance music at Epcot, I may just sit down and listen for a couple of minutes.
Beautiful, isn't it?
And that with the new
amazing.
fountain and everything, I'm going to take some time there, and I think Kylie will just be, like a deer in the headlights with Spaceship Earth there. So we're going to take some pictures, and I think going or coming, maybe just sit down and listen, because that park music sounds fantastic. It really does. Somebody told me
you're going to want to do it at night because from what I've seen, the lights follow the music or go with the music somehow or something.
Yeah.
But the lights are amazing too. So
yeah. Oh, Yachty's going to be at Disney.
Yachty's going to be at Disney tomorrow.
That's right. Rub it in,
Yachty. Yeah. I'm just going to miss you, Yachty. William, were you going to say something?
No. I was just going to point out that comment and say that's awesome.
And do you guys have a topic for your next T Squared?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. No reveal. I tried.
Well, no,
you got to tune in.
I was going to leave it up to Tina whether she was going to reveal it yet or not.
Okay, I got it. April 24th at 6 p.m. Disney dining plan versus non-dining plan.
Hey, that's a great one. That is a great one.
Another winner, and very searchable on YouTube, guys. Good information there.
It was so cool because
you heard it here first, folks.
The way we go to Disney, the two of us, I mean, there's so many similarities between us, not just the name, but there's so many similarities between us. But the way we do Disney, a lot of it is like total opposite. Yeah. So it works out very well in our conversation. And of course we invite others on because, there's always going to be other people. Like you said, there's always going to be other people that can contribute a lot of information. So it works out very well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to that one. I look forward to that one.
That right there.
Mike, are you trying to break Tina again?
I wanted to ask real quick. Somebody asked in the chat about Mike Wheeler's spiders to ask about that. What's the deal with the spiders?
No,
is that not
no.
We can't do it. Okay. Move right along.
He just has. Let's just say he has a habit of putting spiders in places where we don't want to see them.
Oh no. Welcome in, Arlene. Adventures with
At 2:00 in the morning.
Arlene.
Oh no.
Arlene, you are neither early nor late, but you arrive precisely when you mean to. And here's Mike again. Mike, really? Okay.
There you go. I hate spiders. I don't even mind snakes that much, but I hate spiders.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead, guys, and try to start wrapping this thing up and be, try to.
We'll just have to have you back on.
Yeah,
too much to talk about.
I'm not too camera shy anymore. She kind of drew me out.
I didn't even get to half the questions that I had and just really enjoyed it. Disney news, just quickly, guys. Just days ahead of Earth Day, there's a new addition to the Kilimanjaro Safaris family at Disney's Animal Kingdom, a baby mandrill.
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see it?
Is it a girl or a boy?
It's a girl. Her name is Ivy.
Huge.
she's a doll. I'm hoping we'll see her on the Magic of Animal Kingdom on Disney Plus. I think
Are they filming that again, or I didn't know whether they had got back to filming.
I hope so. I think we'll see her in some capacity. The little girl was born on Saturday, April 10th, to first-time mom Hazel and dad Linus. Cast members named the infant Ivy to fit in with the rest of her colorful family: Olive, Scarlet, Snow, and Hazel. Isn't that sweet? So, and you can see them all, of course, on Kilimanjaro Safari. You can see all of them over there. And I saw Mike put this in the chat earlier too. Elena, our Ohana from Hawaii. Make way. Moana of Motunui is returning to Aulani, a Disney resort and spa in Ko'olina, Hawaii. And earlier this month, they also announced the return of character dining as well, which is pretty cool. And Jeff and I had the wonderful, amazing, cannot say enough about it, experience of staying at Aulani. And there's some live streams, there's some content on our channel about our Hawaii trip, and there's more coming as fast as I can get it out, guys. So, so Aulani, oh my goodness, just holds a special place in my heart, and I'm glad to see Moana back at Aulani.
I wish I could get my husband on a plane for that long.
Well, yeah, it's fantastic. If you can't get him to go, I'll go with you. So
okay.
I volunteer. I'm going to take one for the team on it, Tina. I'll make the sacrifice.
I'll tell him it's okay. I have another traveling companion. Right. You stay home.
Tell him you've got a friend who is willing to step in, and make that sacrifice just for you. Pin collectors, take note. Beginning on Monday, April the 19th, pin trading headquarters will be closed at Epcot for a short time. I don't know if that has to do with, I don't know if they're doing inventory or if they're knocking down walls like they are in the rest of Future World, but that's going to be closed. So pin traders, that's kind of a big one because that's a big store. It says short period. So, take that as you will. Also,
hopefully
Disney
that doesn't turn into People Mover.
Right.
Oh. Thank you, Will. I was thinking that, but I was trying to.
Sorry. Yeah.
God. Yeah. Disney, please get the People Mover moving people. The People Mover needs to move people. Oh my gosh. I was hoping it would be open. By the time we got there, they teased us and said it was going to be open by Easter, and it was a no-go. So, oh gosh.
But they were saying that today they actually had cast on there. They had water dummies and they had cast on there. So
that's
you might have a soft opening when you're there.
Well, with that, I just would not know what to do with myself. I'll be lined up right behind Josh at Resort 2B1 to get on the People Mover because I know nobody's going to get in front of him. So Disney announced earlier today that the Disney look, and this is kind of the guidelines for how cast members should dress and style themselves when at work, have been updated to be more inclusive. Disney Parks Experience and Products Chairman Josh D'Amaro stated, quote, "Our new approach provides greater flexibility with respect to forms of personal expression surrounding hairstyles, jewelry, nail styles, and costume choices, and allowing appropriate visible tattoos." How do you guys feel about that one?
You know what? I used to have a real problem with tattoos, but two things that kind of brought me around. One, my father has tattoos. My father was in the Navy, and he has tattoos. He's 92 years old. So he has a beautiful panther up one arm, and, it's amazing. Of course, he got them over in Korea when he was stationed over there. Sure. But I also, one of my bosses and a very dear friend, her niece is a tattoo artist. And I've come to learn, and one of my dear friends has tattoos, and I've come to learn that just because you have tattoos doesn't make you a bad person or doesn't make you.
Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. But that's
as long as they're in good taste.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the key with Disney is, that they've said appropriate tattoos. So, I think that's going to kind of be the the key. And so many people, it's gotten to be so, much more common. So, I'm sure they have a lot of people who want to come to work with them who have a lot of tattoos. It's just one of those, it's just a thing. And
Tina,
also,
how do you feel about that?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I love. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reading chat and I'm so distracted. I love tattoos. I absolutely love tattoos. I don't have any because I'm afraid of needles, but I love tattoos.
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a change, for Disney and their, it's Disney, we understand they have to kind of move with the times, and, it did say appropriate tattoos. I'm sure that, they do have, they still, do have, would probably have you cover up anything that would be, offensive or, cuss words or anything like that. So,
But I remember going through security line, and one of the, and it was warm. It was hot that day. It was in November, but it was hot. And he had a long sleeve white T-shirt on under the blue shirt, and the person ahead of me was asking him, aren't you very warm in that shirt? Did you have, is that part of the uniform today or something? And he says, I think he called it body art. He didn't call it tattoo, but I have body art and I'm not allowed to show it. So I've got to wear the long sleeve shirt.
Okay.
So that, I think that would be very helpful, because that's got to be horrible having to wear long sleeves and stuff like that. Yeah. When it's 90 degrees out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As long as it's something that's, that's acceptable and what have you, I don't necessarily have a problem with it, myself. The only other thing, guys, is the Chapeau on Main Street has closed permanently. And I'm kind of sad about that. I think, I hated to see it go, because it's such a staple, but they need to make room for more of the confectionery. And I love cupcakes, so that's fine with me. So we're going to go with it. Guys, we appreciate you being here, and spending
Thank you for inviting us.
Please come back.
Absolutely.
Chris is still in the chat. Dad Builds. We had him on last month, and we've had Monarch Moments, and Bob, and so many great people from our community. And we just love to talk with you guys and get to know you better. The more we talk, the more we find we have in common, and just enjoy spending time with each other. So, William, did you want to, well, let me go ahead and just tell you a little bit of channel news. We do have a new video up on our channel, the Dole Plantation Tour, which I premiered Saturday night. And it is it's just the Dole Plantation Tour that we took while we were on Oahu in Hawaii. It was fantastic. Naturally, we tried Dole Whip. What could be better than trying Dole Whip at the Dole Plantation in Hawaii? It was really amazing. So that's up on the channel. And I do have a video coming. I try to drop a video regularly on every Saturday, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to put up. It may be a tour of the DVC. The 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom DVC rooms at Alani. Or may just be, just a day at Alani. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with, but something there on Saturday that has to do with Alani, of course. And the Star Wars 5K Rival Run is coming up. This is my first virtual Run Disney event, and I'll admit, guys, I'm not as prepared for it as I need to be, or as I want it to be, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to start there, and I'm going to keep going. I'm thinking I want some of those really cool giant medals to wear around my neck that are just really giant pins. Right.
Like Megan has? Yeah, like Megan, Mickey's Magic Hats. Yes, I saw those.
Mickey's
And I'm
Magic,
like,
yeah.
wow, those are nice.
Yeah, and the one that they have, yeah, this is going to be really cool. It's the Star Wars Rival Run. It has Ahsoka on it. And Ahsoka is like my favorite Disney character, so I'm looking forward to that. And then William has some other miscellaneous announcements, and we'll try to get you guys out of here.
So yeah, other than that, we'll be celebrating at some point on a future Hitchhiker Chat. We'll be celebrating 500 subs. Thanks so much to everybody for the support and the encouragement. We love y'all and appreciate y'all. Definitely never expected to get to this point, but are definitely appreciative and thankful to everybody that's subbed to us and those that will hopefully sub to us in the future as well.
Thanks,
Let's see. Next Tuesday, Mom and Kylie will be at Magic Kingdom. So got that to look forward to. Hopefully we'll get at least some shorter streams in. Obviously, with it being Kylie's first trip, less focus, on the streaming and more focus on Mom spending a great time and making my niece's first trip to Walt Disney World as memorable and as amazing as possible. So, sorry that we won't be able to, Mom won't be able to stream that much, but I mean, it's for the best cause possible. So, so glad you're going to do
and
that.
I will be going live a little bit, but not as much as we normally would, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
the Magic Kingdom.
Yes, that's right. Downscale. They'll be in the Magic Kingdom next Tuesday. So hopefully, safe travels there. And I know you are going to have a great time. All right. Other announcements. If you haven't already, check out theliveplace.com. Huge shout out to Dean at Dreamverse Empire. Check out his YouTube channel, Dean. So appreciative to him for basically assembling a TV guide for family-friendly programming and live streams on YouTube. So big shout out to Dean. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. Check out TubeBuddy if you haven't already. If you're a creator, there's Channelytics. You can look at some very advanced things, related to, keyword searching for titles and tags. And also it helps you keep track of data to help grow your channel. The basic version is free. If you want to check out, the paid version, we ended up upgrading ourselves. So if you want to check that out, please use the affiliate link in the description. If you want to check it out, it gives us both of the free month, I believe. So
it is, and it is free. You can start out with a free version, and it really helps. So.
Yeah, and so again, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. The Disney community came out strong in support of the T-Squared, the lovely ladies that joined us here tonight. Thank y'all so much for being here. Everybody strap in. The roll call is going to take a bit because, again, a lot of people are fans of T-Squared. So I think y'all may have actually beaten Dad Builds. I think he had the record as of last week for number of people that I wrote down in the chat. So I think y'all broke it.
I think it's just because you guys are growing. I don't think it has anything to do with us or Chris.
Well,
I think it's just each week you guys are growing bigger and bigger.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to, of course, our guest of honor here tonight, Team Marie's Place, Team McNeil. Thanks y'all for being here.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Aunt Susan and Aunt Joy and Kylie and all of our other family members that watch as well. Shout out to BDF, Disinfinity, Monarch Moments, Mike Wheeler, Adventures by D, Mickey's Girls, Catherine Wilby, Captain Akron, Elena K808, Paul Vines, AJC Magic TV, Disney Master Chief, Dad Builds, Leanne Sherbet, Disney Trash Can, The Disney Baker, Katrina Scolpini, Happily Ever Yachty, The Mickey Bunch, Jonathan Chong, Dean, Follow the Happy, Kevin Sparrow, Bloomin' Cheesa, J&N Travels, Michelle the Quilter, Stacy Rogers, Princess Tina Bell, Blue Nose, Clay McKinney, Viapre Project, Downscale, Mickey's Magic, Rob Fuzz, LSU Mom, Anna Isabel Zizik, Mouse Talk, Tim Pruitt, Arlene with the Adventures with VP, and Diz Our Dream. Again, if I missed you, I apologize, but hopefully you will join us again next week. We love hanging out with y'all in the chat and always look forward to Tuesday night getting to talk with our friends in the Disney community.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being here, guys. We really appreciate it. Appreciate all the subs, and we just, we're just having a good time. We're just enjoying making content, and most of all, we're enjoying you guys and all of our friends, and we appreciate it. Emily, thanks for being here tonight. Captain Akron, so many who
LSU Mom
joined us. Yeah, thanks so much. We appreciate it. We go live every Tuesday night. This is our regular, Tuesday night Hitchhiker Chat. Come join us and hang out Tuesday nights at 9 Central and 10 o'clock Eastern. And I will be quickly, in answer to your question, Mike, this is Tuesday night. So a week from last night, we will be flying in and and having dinner with
20th.
On the 20th. Yeah, so it'll be the 21st. Will be the first day that we're in the parks. That's our Magic Kingdom day. It's our first day in the parks. So that's in answer to your question. If you've got any questions, just instant IG me, put it on Instagram. And I'm looking forward to seeing you too, Jeff.
Along those lines, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out there, or you can email us directly at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. So whenever Mom does end up doing streams next week in the parks, you'll know when we go live.
Right, Stacy. Yeah. So look for all that. Check out our content. Look on, check out T. Marie's Place for Tina and Tina, T Squared, and all that good content that's coming up there. Just getting started. So we're looking forward to more shows.
We're looking forward to seeing, hearing the conversation about the dining plan versus non-dining plan. So looking forward to that on the 24th.
That's going to be a fun one. So we love you guys. We appreciate you being here, and we're going to have to have you back. Thanks so much for sharing with us and just talking. We loved it. There's always room for one more. So hurry back. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank y'all so much, Tina and Tina.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everybody. Have a great week.
See you soon. Absolutely. Have a great week. See you in Disney next week.